we got not Victor, Jimmy High Roller. He is the future of basketball. From the thumbnail, it's like a shadow of like a tall looking dude. I'm assuming this is a video about Wemby. I don't know though. Let's
First occurrences to happen on an NBA court.
2 seconds. The clock reset. Shaquille O'Neal. Unbelievable.
They said the my team cards were unrealistic, man.
19 points in the quarter for O'Neal. Get off the track. Here comes Shaq.
A buzzer-beating 30-footer from Shaquille O'Neal. An otherwise awesome shot, but in this particular case, it was an absolute abnormality. Because throughout Shaq's 19-year career, he made 11,330 shots.
Damn.
The one you just watched
Was his only 3. That's crazy.
was the one and only three-pointer. But this was back in 1996, when big men lived in the paint, three-pointers being virtually off limits for them. Out of the 41 active 7-footers in the league that season, only 12 of them hit at least a single three-pointer. Only 7.
That's insane, bro. I don't know how niggas used to play basketball like that, boy. I hop in the wreck. Big ain't got no shooting. Not even a mid-range. It's low-key cooked, bro. It's low-key cooked. Because the other team don't even got to respect that nigga for real. I know in this time, though, they had something called illegal defense, which basically didn't allow you to zone or didn't allow you to just roll them off your man. You basically had to stay attached to your man. I think you had to, you couldn't leave them for more than 3 seconds or you get called for illegal defense, which is a crazy concept that we just take for granted because we, grew up with basketball being that way. But, man, that's why I don't take this era serious, bro. That is not basketball.
7 of them hit multiple three-pointers, and Arvydas Sabonis was breaking the mold, hitting a whopping 39 threes throughout the entire season.
That's actually not bad.
More than every other 7-footer combined. But the league has changed a lot since 1996. Sabonis' historic shooting season getting buried over the course of 3 decades of basketball evolution, with players like Dirk Nowitzki, Brook Lopez, and Karl Anthony Towns redefining what it means to be a
that boy can't, man. That's a sniper, boy.
Shooting big. The ability to shoot the long ball transforming from essentially a cool gimmick for big men to almost a necessity in today's league. But it was Lauri Markkanen back in 2023.
Channing Frye. I knew he could shoot, but damn. I guess I wasn't around for him in Phoenix and shit. I know Cleveland Channing Frye. But damn. 172 threes in the season? That's solid, boy.
Who set a new benchmark for just how lethal a big man can be from outside. Sinking 200 three-pointers in a single season. By far the most of any 7-footer in NBA history. At least it will be until the end of this season, because Victor Wembanyama is on pace to do this. 243 pointers.
33% is kind of crazy. Get that nigga off the long ball line, bro. 33% is insane. Think about it. 33%, and he makes 243s. That's what? 720? Hell nah, bro. That's trash, bro. Stop shooting so many damn threes, bro. That's what? 720 divided by 82? 720 divided by 82. That's 9 threes a game on 33%. That's trash, bro. That's horrible. Get off the fucking long ball line, bro. He's 7'5". That's bad, bro. I love you, Wemby, but that's bad. That's bad.
In a single season, a mark that completely laps even the greatest big men shooters of all time. But Victor isn't just a 7-footer. He's one of the tallest players in the history of the league. If we limit the players on this graph to those at least as tall as Wemby, well, yeah. Victor Wembanyama is an aberration, a basketball singularity, because he's doing this while also being the best defensive player on the planet. And yet, it's still not enough. Fans criticizing the big man, saying that his game is too soft and that his skill set doesn't match his size. Playing 25 feet away from the basket, almost in defiance of his size and physical advantage. Why is he all the way out there?
Boy, and he's snatching that shit off the glass. staring a nigga down, walking down, pull up, logo through. Boy, when it's hitting this, it's cinema, boy. But when it's not, it do look funny.
The jaw-dropping display.
He do be getting bodied up. I seen Giannis. Giannis was fucking, oh my God, bro. Shit Giannis was doing to him, like, as far as, like, defense was crazy, bro. That boy couldn't move, bro. Giannis was dead less strong-arming his ass every time. It was, like, hard for him to get the ball, bro. Credit to Giannis for that. He's probably, like, one of the only, like, top, like, 3 to 5 players who could really, like, check Wemby one-on-one for real.
Blaze of skills.
I would like to see Lou Dort guard him, though. I know last year, because I'm a Houston fan, Dylan Brooks on him was not bad. He probably got better this year, but I'm not going to lie. I was low-key living with it. It would, especially on the block, Dylan Brooks was low-key holding his own.
Far
Wemby definitely got to work on
too refined for a player his size are cool and all, but why don't you try posting somebody up for a change? Wemby is already a generational talent, the potential to be one of the greatest of all time. But what's all that potential if you refuse to use it? Is Wemby's game falling victim to a league that has become infatuated with guard skills and the long ball? Or is he on the brink of completely altering the entire landscape of basketball and how the game is played?
Nah, he definitely gonna change the game. He top 10, damn near locked. Like, I don't see him ending his career and niggas not having him over a nigga like Curry, bro. This shit is too crazy, bro.
Today's video is sponsored with Stephens. That's
Wembanyama. Now Jokic switches back on him. Cross it over Jokic. What a bucket!
What in the NBA evolution did I just witness? There was a point in time, not very long ago, where if you told NBA fans there would be a 7'4" giant doing bag work and hitting crossover threes from 25 feet out, no one would believe you. And yet, here we are. Victor Wembanyama is really good, and everyone knows it. But no one, even generational talents like Wemby, are
shout out Wemby for not being another fucking Bol. Same with Chet, bro. Man, that Bol hype was so crazy. That nigga is so trash, bro. I'm sorry, he just is. You tell me that nigga can't get no PT no matter where he goes? That's sad, bro.
Supposed to be this good this early, because even compared to the greatest players of our lifetime, Wemby is on an early trajectory that we have never seen. Through 100 career games, more points than the all-time scoring leader, more blocks than the all-time blocks leader, and more threes than the all-time threes leader.
That's insane, but that's crazy. It is just a volume for the threes. It's just a volume 3-point shooting era. I'll say that. For the points, as far as LeBron, KD, and Melo go, I know the game was a lot slower. Tatum, he didn't really have the keys to start off his career. He didn't really have the keys. He's really backing up Kyrie and Embiid. Okay. I'm not going to try to downplay it too much, but there's context to why he's doing it.
It's like the basketball gods wanted to play a sick game by creating an unfair player who can just do everything all at the same time. And once you compare Wemby's impact to other players in just their second season, the gap he has on everyone is almost unbelievable. Here are some of the greatest players of the last 2 decades and the progression through their first 2 seasons according to estimated plus-minus. Now, a -1 is about league average, so even players who got off to a relatively slow start, like Giannis, Shea, and Westbrook, were still on a positive trajectory early in their careers. Now, an EPM of 3.5 is about an all-NBA.
Fuck none of these numbers, bro. Cut it out, bro. I'm like, this shit don't mean nothing.
EA caliber season, so players like LeBron, AD, Luka, and Jokic were already stars in just their second season in the league. And then there's Wemby, who isn't just a superstar, but an MVP candidate.
Doing this through 40 games through half a season. So Wemby could slump, and none of the shit he's saying would matter.
In just his second season. These are the best players across multiple generations of NBA basketball, and Victor Wembanyama is outpacing all of them by a long shot, already producing at a level that even the best players don't reach until their 4th or 5th season. Right now, Victor isn't competing to be the best young player in the league. He's quickly approaching the best players in the world. According to most advanced metrics, so far this
top 10 right now, like as a player right now. Definitely got him. I got him over Ant. I got him over Booker, Donovan. I got him over Donovan too. Yeah, Wemby is like that.
Season, Victor has been statistically a top 5 player in the NBA. Estimated plus minus, for example, has Wemby as the 3rd most impactful player in the league this season, only behind Jokic and SGA. Now, Luka and Giannis are 2 of the top players of their entire generation in their prime, and Wemby is already impacting games at their level in just his 2nd season. We knew Wemby was going to be good if he could stay healthy and on the court. We knew he could be a defensive superstar just off of his physical tools alone. But no one on God's green earth knew this was a possibility.
Yes, we did. There he goes, averaging what, 25 and 10? Who didn't think that was going to fucking happen? He averaged 21 and 10 last year. Nigga been shooting threes. We knew this was going to fucking happen. In my like thing, I thought it was going to be more. I thought he was going to be off the dribble more. Like, bag work, like, more. I thought it was going to be more dominant in the paint, more dominant, more posters, more crazy dunk. I thought it was going to be more. It's definitely been a lot, but nah, niggas definitely seen it coming.
Because, quite frankly, it probably shouldn't be. Here is every single player in the NBA who has attempted at least 200 shots this season, mapped out according to their average shot distance on the x-axis and their height on the y-axis. And as you would expect, there's a clear correlation between how big players are and how close to the hoop they tend to operate. Big guys usually play near the rim, like Gobert and
Rudy Gobert,
Gafford, who live right underneath it. The further out you go, the less height it grants an advantage, and so typically you'll find the smaller players outside, like
Al Horford. Get your ass closer to the basket, bro. Peyton Pritchard. God damn, 22 feet? Isn't that like the three-point line? God damn, Pritchard. That boy don't cross the three-point line. That's crazy.
Steph Curry and Peyton Pritchard. Of course, there are outliers. TJ McConnell is just 6'1", and yet his average shot distance resembles that of a power forward. Lauri Markkanen and Brook Lopez are 7-footers, but you wouldn't know it based off the fact that the average of all of their shots is near the three-point line. Where is Wemby in all of this? Well, he's right here. About a
Okay. That's not bad, bro. He's still below Al Horford. I don't know. I kind of don't like him over Lopez though, because a lot of Lopez's shit is like off of Giannis driving kicks or Dame picking pops, because he's not really a role threat. The paint is probably gonna be open so that Giannis can get down there. So I understand Lopez and Markkanen kind of Markkanen. I don't know, Markkanen. That's kind of weak, bro. But that's not bad. For a 7'5" nigga, it looks kind of crazy, but that's not bad. If Cat is at 10.7, it ain't no reason he should be at 17. Cat like started this shit, bro, with the 5-man fucking sniper. Cat started that shit for real. It ain't no reason he should be at 17. At least like 15, bro. 17.
A mile away from where you would expect the tallest player in the NBA to be, with shots that mirror a shooting guard. So far this season, Wemby's average shot is further out than some of the most prolific perimeter players like Harden and Luka. Anthony Edwards has attempted the most threes in the NBA this season, and even he is shooting closer to the basket than Wemby is. Karl Anthony Towns is in conversations as the best long-range shooting big ever, and Wemby is far closer to Steph than he is to Cat. It is mind-boggling. And yet, as incredible as this is, there's an equal amount of concern for the future of Wemby's career and the consequences of this playstyle. Victor is
I'm not too concerned. I think he's just going to get stronger, and I think as he gets stronger and bigger, it's going to come naturally.
Part of a generation of players who are inheriting a league that has been taken over by outside play and homogenous guard-like skill sets. We're watching this kid shatter records and bend the game in ways that we never thought were possible, and yet for some fans, his game isn't what it should be. Victor isn't just the tallest player in the league. He's one of the tallest human beings on Earth. As cool as it is to see him hit step-back threes and do his best impression of a combo guard, it feels almost criminal that he isn't taking advantage of all of that size near the rim.
Insane play, bro.
A 7'4" giant with an 8-foot wingspan and the potential to be unstoppable near the rim, shooting just 20% of his shots within 3 feet and 50% of his shots from beyond the arc. As one fan put it, Wemby took the KD route instead of the Hakeem route. The league should be elated. Now, getting compared to Kevin Durant isn't quite the worst thing in the world, but considering who we're dealing with, it doesn't feel right for Wemby to be relegated to a hyper-lengthy, long-range bucket getter.
KD was getting to the basket way more than this. That probably has a lot to do with that era, but even still, KD is still a mid-range guy. Nah, I just think he needs to get stronger. I think that's it. He doesn't have the quickness, and his handle isn't as tight and as nasty as KD to get to the basket and get closer, so I understand it.
League that continues to move further away from the basket, if there's one player we had hopes wouldn't lean into this new age of basketball, it was Wemby.
Why? Why would we hope that, bro? Why? Who wouldn't want to see Wemby shooting threes? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard, bro. Unless you're like literally his coach and he's like, okay, 33% is kind of crazy. But Wemby shooting threes is still... That shit he did on Christmas, bro, that shit was crazy, bro. Imagine if that was fucking layups. It just not. It would not hit the same. I promise.
But
why you think niggas like Jokic, niggas like even like what's it called? Giannis is like mostly who are paint scorers. Jokic a little bit more outside mid range, but paint scorers. Them niggas is not. They don't have motion like that with the youth, with the fans. These niggas like Shade. These niggas like Ant. These niggas like Jalen Green. I don't want to say Tatum because niggas be hating on them. That shit corny though. But Curry, nigga, like this is a guard era. If a big man was to come in and dominate and like take like the league by storm and be the face and like get like a bunch of fans, he would have to be doing guard shit at a big man height. Which like when you think about it, it's like damn, like he can't lose, bro. He giving you the best of both worlds.
This assessment is all wrong. Wemby hasn't taken the KD route, and he hasn't taken the Hakeem route either. He's doing both at the same time. Victor is already regarded by many as the best defensive player in the league, a title that takes even the greatest defensive anchors years into their career to achieve.
He damn near took that shit in year one, bro. That's insane.
That was the scouting report on Victor coming into the league. An era-defining defensive talent. The other stuff, competing, 3-level scoring, and the potential to develop his offensive skill set was all there, but only in flashes. The question being not if, but when he could elevate to a truly elite offensive talent. Of all the timelines people had in mind, I'm not sure if anyone considered the possibility that he would check off those boxes just a season and a half into his NBA career. For some perspective, here are some of the greatest scorers in NBA history on a scale of points per possession. And here are the best defensive players in league history on a scale of defensive box plus minus. Now, being ultra elite on both sides of the ball is about the rarest thing in all of basketball, which is why on the scoring side, those defensive superstars
Damn, I ain't know Embiid had it like that. He probably do be playing less minutes because he be hurt and they be trying to protect him. But damn, bro, Embiid number 1? That's insane, bro. Luka, Jordan, KD, LeBron, Harden. Giannis is on both lists. Kawhi's on both, it looks like. That's crazy. Yeah, it looks like the newer the players get, the less they are on both lists.
Here, and on the defensive side.
But isn't box plus minus, like, isn't that kind of like really like, this is not a relative stat. And he's not using the relative box plus minus, so it's kind of flawed. Because overall, the old players in the league, they used to just score less points, depending on which area you're looking at. Like I see a lot of '90s guys. I see Sean Kemp, I think, Dwight Howard. Who was that? Hakeem, Rashard Lewis, David Robinson, Ben Wallace. Yeah. That's kind of flawed. Kevin Garnett. Draymond being on there is impressive, though.
Those offensive superstars fall here. It's like some sort of intangible law of the game that keeps it balanced. Ben Wallace and Draymond Green could go toe-to-toe with just about anyone on defense, but Lord help us if they need to get a bucket. On the other hand, Iverson and Steph can score at will, but don't ask them to go down the other end and get you a stop. But there have been a handful of truly great two-way players like Duncan, Hakeem, Kawhi, David Robinson, Giannis, and Michael Jordan. Oh, and of course, the giant freak of nature 21-year-old alien, who is all
LeBron? Don't let me find out this nigga hating on LeBron, bro.
Already on his way to being the best two-way weapon the game has ever seen.
Hey, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm not... That's insane.
This is a 21-year-old Wemby. Compare him to these superstars in just their second season, and you're looking at a player who looks like a work of fiction. So remind me again what exactly the problem is with Wemby's game. Earlier this season, Victor was facing criticism.
No, you can't just show niggas stats and then say, well, what's the problem? What's the problem? Nigga, we see it, bro. The nigga is shooting 33% from 3 on fucking 9 attempts. That's insane. That's bad, bro. It don't matter what position you play. That's bad.
Or some of his performances.
That's not
Why
good.
would you ever be standing
bad? It's not good, though.
25 feet from the basket throwing up bricks when you have the physical tools to drop the ball in the hoop without even jumping? As the season has progressed, so has Wemby's performances, and turns out watching a walking giant do this is actually really entertaining. But the initial criticism Wemby received from fans is a testament to just how far-fetched and rebellious his game is, and how fans of the NBA are reluctant to change until the change works. When Dirk Nowitzki first entered the league, and even during his rise to superstardom, he was often criticized for being soft, and that in a time of true dominant big men, he wasn't one of them. Part of this was the stigma around European players at the time, but a large factor was his play style. The concept of a 7-footer handling the ball, facing up, and living off of 15-foot fadeaways was just too odd for some fans to accept. Now looking back, Dirk Nowitzki was nothing short of an incredible innovator, ahead of his time. And the criticism, although some of it fair, was for the most part just
I don't know about innovator. He's one of his kind for sure, but it's not really too many players who's like copying Dirk's style. Not really. I guess you could still be an innovator even without people copying it. That's just probably a testament to how much of a unicorn he is, but I guess Dirk is a great player.
Symptom of fans reluctant to accept something new and different. Kevin Durant is on record saying he deliberately understated his height early on in his career because he knew if his listed height started with a 7, he would be labeled as a post player regardless of his skill set. Sounds a bit crazy now, but with how people viewed the game 20 years ago, without this decision, we may have never got the chance to witness
Get the fuck out of you. They was not finna play KDFI, bro. You see how skinny he is, bro? They was not finna play F5. If they did, them niggas is retarded, bro. I'm sorry.
Early in his career, Michael Jordan was told that ball-heavy guards do not win championships. The formula for winning was rooted in the big man, and history confirmed this theory. Around the same time, Magic and Isaiah Thomas were breaking the mold, winning titles and laying the framework for Michael to
I don't know how niggas used to watch basketball back then. Can you imagine just watching a big man like do block work for a whole game? That is disgusting. That's not good hoops, bro. That's nasty. That's
dismantle these previous outdated notions. And of course, no one believed three-pointers could be the key piece to winning a championship until the Warriors rewrote history books and forever changed basketball with the three-pointer. No one wants change until it works. The only problem is you will never know if it works or not until someone comes in and wipes away all doubt. Victor Wembanyama is in the process of doing just that. Recently, while on the Bill Simmons podcast, Kirk Goldsberry talked about how unpredictable the progression of basketball can be, and how the next phase of the NBA may be centered around the skilled big man.
The 2010s were about small ball. We're halfway through the 2020s here, Bill. And we might call it skill ball, I think, because even the big dudes like Jokic and Embiid and Wemby,
and Chet,
like name a center from 2004 or 1994. Could they do anything that Jokic do? Maybe Rasheed Wallace. There were some guys that were super skilled that could shoot the ball and pass.
Even
and
Anthony
dribble.
Davis.
Well, it's basically Rasheed. Rasheed was the guy everyone pointed to and said, "Oh my God."
KG ain't had the 3 ball, but KG had the handle, he had the pass, he had everything.
Shoot from outside. He can post up, and we held him up to this crazy level, and he was like 16 points a game.
This generation does everything. Everybody does everything. Dribble, pass, and shoot. And skill has never been this high. And Wemby is giving us a very clear
Wait,
next
ain't this
step.
the dude that said fuck Jalen Green?
Roll the clip.
I put him first team all rookie.
I had
I
him
put him
first
over
team
Jalen
all-rookie.
Green. Fuck Jalen Green.
yeah,
I don't care you're scoring 40 points and your team's 19 and 60.
Wow.
Congratulations.
That's just like bro talk. Like I would say some shit like that. Not about Jalen Green because he's the greatest, but that's not that crazy, bro. That is not that crazy at all.
Everything is clicking. You know, he was very hyped like LeBron coming in. But I think Victor Wembanyama is poised to be the next greatest player in the NBA at some point in the next 5 years.
Looking back at how basketball has changed over the years, it only makes sense that towering players with versatile skill sets would be the next step in the game's evolution, almost a direct counter to the small ball era that preceded it. And Victor is well aware of this. As he put it, the best way for me to help is to not put me in a box. We know we are going to make something original, something special. Coaches and staff within the Spurs organization encouraging Victor's departure from positional norms, knowing that allowing him to play his game won't stunt his potential, it will help him reach it. It doesn't make sense that Wemby can drill 30-footers, or get into his bag, or tell his guards to come set screens for him. We like our bigs to play big. I mean, usually we like our bigs to play big. Wait, hold on, that was actually kind of sick. Okay, well, height is just a number, but you gotta take advantage of it. We've heard it all before. Declarations that all made sense until the next evolution of basketball was staring it in the face. Any attempt to define Wemby's game or compare him to another player, past or present, will leave you empty-handed. He and his skill set do not compute. They are illogical. He isn't just really good, he is really good in a whole new way. We are witnessing
He definitely is up
future
next. It's not even a debate. He's up next.
of basketball. And if you didn't like the idea of a guard anchoring your team, if you didn't like the idea of 7-footers popping out and taking long jumpers, and if you didn't like the three-point revolution, then you sure aren't gonna like what this guy ends up doing.
That's that boy for real.